Hey everybody, this is Matt with Altcoin Buzz. You said on the Altcoin Buzz Twitter poll that Jeff did that you wanted more coin reviews and tools, so today I'm going to give you both. Introduce you to a new tool called Cryptography and 3 coins that caught my eye from using it. The 3 coins, you want to know them, don't you? First, we're going to do a check on the market. Here is the weekly chart on Bitcoin. Wanted you guys to see what I'm looking at on this. We just completed this weekly volume candle, this 7-day volume. Look at this volume, the largest since the week of April 26, 2017 that we've had here. In over a little half of the volume of that giant volume coming off of that low. I'm going to zoom in for you right here and look at that, what happened. We turned, bounced off on Kraken. Of course, we went down to 59, mid 59s. On that and bounced off this 78.6% retracement line. You see the 200-day moving average on here, and you see the pie line. What we're looking for this week is a nice close with some volume, a close above. So that's the weekly chart of Bitcoin. Remember, I follow that all the time. Follow the leader on this, guys. All right, the 3 coins and the new resource. How about Komodo, Cardano, Lisk? You all know about these. There's been reviews done on Altcoin Buzz. All you got to do is go to the channel, go to the search right over here, type in those. You're going to find the videos that we've done on those. But a new resource I'd like to tell you about today that comes from us from the Merkle. Saw this last week on themerkle.com. Great source for news if you guys like to go on there and see that. Give them credit for that. Cryptomiso.com. Go to this. It talks about the commits from GitHub, a commit history of 616 cryptos based on their most popular repo. Now that's a repository on GitHub. That's where the coders work on the projects. We are not going to go into a tutorial on GitHub, but I did want to show you this, and I'm going to put the show notes in the bottom. On GitHub, you can look at their glossary. The repository is just real quick down here at the bottom of this page. Again, going to put it on the links for you. It is where it's the most basic element of GitHub. It's the project folder. This is where the projects like Komodo, Cardano, Lisk, Bitcoin, all these guys, where the coders go to put their documentation on there, the revision. It has multiple contributors. People can either be public or private. This is where the coders build the project. The beauty of this is that it is open source development, transparency. You can see what's going on. We're going to reference that in just a second. But cryptomiso.com graphs right here at the top. You see the top 10 commit history. Commit is when people have put something on the project. Contributors are people that are on the project right here. This is very important for you to read and see this right here. These are contributors. Is a person with read and write access to a repository who has been invited to contribute by the repository owner. Again, coders who can go on here and work on the code together. Very important to see the difference between those and just people who make commitments and put things on there. Yes, commitments and contributors. Again, not a tutorial on this. I'm not a coder, but we want to identify companies or projects with active development. This is important to you guys as you're doing your research. I know you've already seen stuff on Komodo, on Cardano, and Lisk. They've been talked about them all the time, but you might not have looked at this angle of development. I think this trend in development means they're going to be quicker to market with a usable product. A product that hopefully is going to make revenue. You should care about this. The biggest things you should care about, if you just watched that interview, that awesome interview that was on Altcoin Buzz with Miko, he said the team is the most important and the development. The team. And it shows you what the team is doing in real time. All right, Cryptomiso right here. It shows you the top 10 crypto development over the course of, you guys can look back here, this is the last year. So if you just looking at this graph, of course, sticks out like a sore thumb. I looked at this and said, what is Komodo KMD? It's a coin I had never looked at. I never looked at this project. Here it is because it's glaring. Tons of development and commitments on GitHub right here. Well, on their top 10, it's the top one. Cardano is next and Lisk is next. Cardano right there. You see how the line lights up when you hover over it with your mouse? You had development spikes all throughout the year, considerably higher than old Bitcoin right there. See that down at the bottom in red? Interesting. And then Lisk is the green line, also sticking out like a sore thumb. And recently, if you hover over here, January 21st, big spike, 236 commits on GitHub. Again, development, push. What is happening on there? Is there active development of the code? Is this going to help? Are you guys going to be able to use this to identify, and again, it's not perfect, but you're going to use it to identify work that's being done on these projects. Now, down below here, and they do their rankings. Number 1, 2, and 3, as I already told you, Komodo, Cardano, and Lisk right there, gives you an idea comparing them to one another. Now, if you look on this, we had a huge spike in commits during November, and it tailed off in December. So let's compare all these things. I'm keeping my mouse in the same spot and showing you December. Well, what's going on in December, guys? Christmas break. Look at all during Christmas break, all these projects had a dip. Hardly anything going on. People were on vacation, of course. So keep it aware when you're looking at these charts. It's going to be seasonal. No doubt, I think it is going to be seasonal with this. A lot of development before the end of the year. Now it is picking back up on these projects. And you can see that. I'm interested in this contributor part. 24 contributors there. 55 on Cardano, 35 on Lisk. And lots of commitments, lots of activity, and you can see that on top here. This is just going to be part 1 of this. We're going to do part 2 and part 3, where I'm going to go into depth on analyzing these coins like we do, not just for development, but what is happening on the trading side. Are you guys going to be able to participate these with your money? This is great that these are projects that have active development. Now, is this the time for you to invest? I'm not going to tell you when to invest. I'm going to tell you what to look for when you make the decision that this good project might be picking up steam. Is this the time where you need to allocate some of your resources into that? So again, I'm on coincheckup.com. I've been using this a lot. This site is getting faster and better all the time. I really appreciate what they're doing with this. So go to CoinCheckup and let's type in the first one. Let's look at Komodo and type that in. I'm going to show you my process for doing this, how I'm going to research this. It pulls up the list. Click that. You can see right here, this is a digital currency, a privacy, and anonymity coin. So I'm just going to skip here to purpose, first off. On this site, they give these 4 or 5 stars. You guys can see here on clarity of purpose, they're giving it 5. They tell you what Komodo does. Anonymity, secure, private, untraceable, selective currency, dynamic scalability, trustless, transaction between parties, freedom of payments, counterfeiting impossible, fraud resistant, no single point of failure, no percentage based transfer cost, free to hold. My goodness, sounds too good to be true, right? They have a video here. You guys can watch this. Learn Komodo in 2 minutes. And it gives you a short description of the project. All right, so I'm just going to show you what I look at on these, because I like the aspect on Crypto Miso that we have some active development. So I want to know, am I going to participate in this? First off, I'm not as concerned about market cap. I want to know volume in the last 24 hours. Does it have adequate volume? And what I'm looking at in US dollar is it over 1 million in volume? Is there enough liquidity when you go out to an exchange, and you can click on markets right here. Again, we're doing 2 tools today. Crypto Miso to flag some projects you might want to look at being interested in, and we're using Coin Checkup right here. So I want to find out, are they traded on several exchanges, and is it active trading? Well, on here, 4 minutes ago, 9 hours ago, 10 minutes ago, 19 minutes ago, an hour ago, 3 hours ago. Bittrex, Binance, Cryptopia, and HitBTC. All right, I happen to use 2 of those. So yes, there's active trading on exchanges now. Very important. The other thing I want to know, yes, it does have 1 million in volume right now. That's good for me. I like that. The other aspects of Coin Checkup that I like is this investment tab. Real quick, let's look. How long has this project been around? 12 months. Good. All right. It just isn't fresh out. You saw that from Crypto Miso right here. We wouldn't have this graph going for the last year if they hadn't been active for 12 months. Is their development trend on GitHub increasing? Their commits, their things they're doing. Is it growing? Is it in an uptrend of this? Well, I would say over the last 12 months that they've been around, yes, it has. I like that. All right, then the other thing on your trading plan of what you guys are going to commit to this, we want to know, are you prepared to experience this maximum drawdown in a day? 36%. Is that okay with you? Whatever portion of your portfolio that you put into this, are you okay if that part goes down 36% in one day? If you are, go for it. If this is money you're willing to hang in for the long haul and see this project develop and see what these guys do, you do have some good trading volume. You got 4 stars on here. And remember, they have this quick analysis that talks to you about what their score is. 79.2 is a good score for this site. And I'm just going to pull up Bitcoin to tell you and show you the difference, okay, on theirs, because that's kind of how you gauge everything, right? Everything's relative to this. Bitcoin is at 90%. So that 78%, if you're grading on a curve, is pretty good for this project. So back to this, Komodo. You can go through the tabs here. You can look at a trading view of this. Again, do we have enough volume? Is there enough liquidity in this to be able to move in and out of this if you need to get in and out? And I did notice on Komodo, and you guys can look at this for yourself, the volume trend has tailed off recently. That's pretty interesting. And we have some gaps in the opening and close. Actually, we have a lot of gaps in this. Do you notice this? On your candles, it closes here and opens down one day, opens up one day. So again, a lot of volatility. Are you prepared for that? Are you prepared for your price to move when things open and close? Just something to look at. Either that or this is thinly traded liquidity that they don't have much moving. I don't know. You dive in that for yourself. Find out if that risk tolerance is for you on that. But to me, there is plenty of volume on this, so you could do that. It's got a good return on investment since its inception for this 12 months. Volatility trailing for the last 7 days is 41%. So moves pretty good on that. On the rest of these tabs, we're not going to go through them other than this. I want to know, along with active development on GitHub, are they tweeting out updates on their project? That's on this news tab. You have news here. Do we have any recent news? 25 days ago? 2 months ago? It's not as new as I'd like to see it. But let's look here on events. On their events and roundup, we have an announcement on coinmarketcal.com that March 30th, there's a new website. I did go to their website. Check this out. They have updated from when Jeff did the video, so I know they have been working on their website. It is actually right here. I did pull it up for you so you could see it. And it has good explanation of their atomic swaps, what they're doing with this. They added monetize to their platform. They have active blog on this. Let's go to their main page. They are updating how many atomic swaps they've done so far. They give you a good explanation of what's going on and which exchanges there, and they added Syscoin and monetize so far. I like this. Hit subscribe, follow them, find out what's going on. And the other aspect of this that I wanted you to see on CoinMarketCal is they have the announcement right here. So it's pretty much verified. So they're looking at before March that they're going to introduce this. So you grade it how you want. This is a project that I am looking at getting into because of those reasons. And do we have room in this to grow? That's lastly. Let's look at the chart real quick. Pull the trading view right here. You guys know, I told you this data comes from right here. They tell you where they get that from TradingView, and where they get all that feed and how. And I'm looking over this last year, pulled the daily chart for the year. You see that in the run-up from when they had all that development in November, there must have been some news, tons of volume, and it went crazy in November and is almost retraced. That looks like to me, just top of my head, 90% of this move. So you got to decide at this point, have we just came to this trend line? Here, I'll draw it for you. Let's say you draw a long-term trend line from way back, and you cover the bottoms of these. And then you get in here and you put a moving average on this. And you draw this moving average line. You find out where is the long-term 200-day moving average. A lot of people look at that. So you go up here, put in the format on your moving average, let's say 200 days. And, oh, look at that. Where's that thing land? Isn't that amazing? 200-day moving average. It's playing around with that. So are a lot of things right now, by the way. So did Bitcoin a couple days ago. So if you're interested in this might have been just a crazy pump up there. Not sure why it happened. Don't care. Don't ask why it happened. When you're trading this stuff, guys, you don't need or deserve an explanation for why this happened. It did, and just that's what it did. What's going on now? Do you believe in this project long term? Do you believe that you should be involved with this with part of your portfolio? That's all that matters. It doesn't matter why it went up here so fast, so hard, and went down so fast, so hard, or dropped like a rock. If you were in this whole time, would you be happy? Well, yeah. Here, it's higher here than it was a year ago. That's a profit. A profit's a profit if you think that this team is good and they're going to keep developing this project. Then fine, do it. Make that decision. All right, what's our second one here? We got to fly on this. Cardano. Well, I'm not going to go over this a lot, guys, because Cardano has been talked about over and over and over. But I did want you to see 6,300 commits and 55 contributors on the GitHub. Wow. Look at this volume of contribution here. And it's picking up again now in February. How long has Cardano been on as a project on here? Let's pull it up. ADA on the coincheckup.com. Wish somebody from this site would contact me. Got some ideas for you. Anybody, Altcoin Army, you guys out there, get these guys. Show them my videos. Tell them I'm talking about them all the time. My goodness. I've got some ideas and some things for them. Just 4 months on Cardano. My goodness. Maximum drawdown in a day, 27%. Not bad. You already know this. Volume is huge. We're not even talking about that. Plenty of volume, plenty of in and out. You guys want to participate in that? Let's see what their analysis. 92% higher than Bitcoin on this analysis. Remember, right here, you guys can dive into their details of analysis. Why did they score this project like this? Man, I just like these guys. They're good. All right, back to Crypto Miso. Again, one more. We're going to do top 3 that they have here on GitHub commitments. And number 3 is Lisk. Also a project you guys have thoroughly known about. Decentralized applications in JavaScript. 35 contributors to the project. What I wanted you to see about this trend right here, look at the spike in January and February for contribution commits. Wow, look at that. Something's going on in Lisk, LSK. I want to know what's going on, so I'm going to dive further into that. Well, let's type in Lisk up here, pull that up, see what they're doing. Look at all the sectors they're involved with. This is something that we didn't talk about, but I did on a previous video. Smart contracts, building the dApps platform, and side chains. All stuff that is very solid. Let's go ahead and look at the trading view right now. Let's see if we got a good risk to reward in this from where we were before. And yeah, one of my ideas for these guys is give me the daily chart right away. I don't want the 1 minute chart. I'm not telling you guys to day trade this stuff. I want the daily chart. I want to find out, are we going to be in this for 2 or 3 years? Yes, we are. Okay, bunch of volume. You guys know this. I'm not telling you anything. Big old run up with everything else, but draw your big trend line. And it really bounced off that trend line if you're drawing a straight one right there from this project. Wow, Lisk. I like this. How much room do we got? We got, boy, I made a run yesterday. $23. It's been as high as 40. So it looks like it's been even recently down here in the $5, $6, $7 range. So risk to reward, we got some blue sky up here for it to double, but you also have some potential drop just in a few days with the way the markets did. It looks like it follows the market pretty well. You've got a chance for a $15 loss in here. Remember, maximum drawdown in today, 27%. So 30% on 23. What is that? $6, $7? So are you prepared that this thing can just drop $6, $7 in a day? You okay with that? If you're okay with that and you're in for the long haul and you're going to hang out till it hit all-time highs, then this might be something you want to get involved with. All right, we're going to look over here. 22 months. Lisk has been around. I like that a lot. I like the increasing GitHub activity on there. So we like both those things. And maximum drawdown. I told you guys 27%. I was talking about the previous one, Cardano. Lisk has got a 48% maximum drawdown in a day. All right, so you got to be prepared at 23. That one's an easy one to figure. Okay, we can go down to 12, if you're okay with that. Still important to look at here. Do we have enough trading volume? Can we participate in this? Yes, we do. Plenty of trading volume in the last 24 hours. Right here, 72 million on that. Again, I'm not as concerned about the market cap. I'm concerned about the project. Where are they going? Does this thing have real use case? What's their total coin analysis score on here? 56%. Look down through some of these then. The strength. Team is low on here. Why is that? I want to find that out. Social media presence is strong. Brand awareness is really strong. Average daily return on investment is negative. Monthly return is positive. And we have pretty decent 7-day volatility on there. So it looks like what you need to know on this, can you get in and out of this if it spikes way up, it goes real high. If the volatility spikes and you get huge movement back and forth one day, you got to be able to be ready to tolerate that. Again, you guys, I'm not going to go into the purpose of Lisk, you know this, but they have this nice video right here. It tells you all about the project, what's going on in the news. Do we have tweets from their official one 22 hours ago? Yes. February 6th, February 6th, February 6th. There's stuff. Is there news 3 hours ago, 9 days, 11 days? Yes, there is. Do we have any events on Lisk coming up? Things we need to be aware of on their roadmap. February 19th, there's a rebranding. Wow. All right. They're presenting at a token fest, or token 2049. What's that? New fee address coming up in late March. A release of Lisk.js and Lisk 2 and the Lisk SDK alpha release at the end of March. Lots of stuff on the calendar for Lisk. I am liking this, guys. I am liking this a lot. All right, so we're going to look at that and the news and on Crypto Miso, and I'm going to give that a gold star. You ask what's a gold star? I just like it. I like it. All right, guys. You've been good hanging out with me on this tool review on these two sites and that. Hey, go get your Steemit account. You guys are out there. You've been following us. Get on Steam. The Altcoin Buzz Army is in full force on Steam. Big shout out to them. Get on there. Check that out. And if you guys like videos like this, go to the Altcoin Buzz YouTube that you're probably, unless you caught this on Steam, you're probably already watching on YouTube. But hit the subscribe button if you're new. Ring this bell for notifications. Here's a link to all the social media. Just go on altcoinbuzz.io. You'll get the links to all that. When you hit that notification bell, every time we publish a new video, you get a notice in your box when we drop one, and you can get everything from the team and everything that's going on. All right, guys, hang out for part 2 coming up in the next couple days. We'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.